I'm connecting people with the outdoors by showing that you can do it. For a lot of people who either were born with a disability or sustained an injury and require a little bit more assistance out there in the outdoors, it's really getting them back out into nature, getting them into a situation where they can have experiences that they might have thought they lost. I'm Colin Heffern. I reached out to Jeffco because I was interested in pursuing opportunities for people with disabilities on trails around the Denver area. What I was interested in specifically is looking at, can we improve trails and get more mileage out of trails for people in wheelchairs? And so what we're doing with Jeffco is really looking at specific trails to find candidates in which usability is not far off. So we might be able to make some small improvements that can make some big differences for people with disabilities.
I'm Quinn Brett. I'm with the National Park Service. I'm in a split role in the Wilderness Division, the Outdoor Recreation Division, and the Accessibility Division. So my work entails finding usable trails, not necessarily accessible trails as ADA or ABA standards would define them as, but usable trails beyond the pavement so we can have more places to enjoy. So the National Park Service is partnering with Jefferson County Open Space on what trails look like before and what tweaks we are going to do to the trail to what they look like after.
We are re-sloping some of the grades and the cants on the trail. Also, we are doing a workaround around some of the bedrock in our trail. If we can get a couple of these devices by, it really opens up the rest of the mileage in our park system here.
We've been partnering with Colin and Quinn for about 2 years now. That was when Colin sent us his email wanting to get a little bit more involved and get some input on some of our trails. We've been able to do a handful of volunteer projects and really been able to educate the public on what usability is and what usable trails are. Because of that, we've been able to build 16,000 feet of new trail that's considered usable trail. We really rely on this collaboration because not only do Quinn and Colin bring a wealth of professional knowledge and information to the partnership, but they also bring a lot of personal experiences on what we should be looking for out on the trails and what kind of obstacles are really big impediments for people to have a really cool experience in one of our parks.
I think the collaboration is important because it takes two to tango. I have a lot of information on accessibility and usability, but I don't have the hands in order to make those improvements on my own. And not to mention, you need to work with the entity who manages and oversees those trails in order to really do as much damage, and I say damage in a positive light, do as much damage as you can to improve those trails. Assisting with the open space mission, I think, is very important. There's only so much that Jeffco can do to make improvements when they don't necessarily know what those improvements might be. You really have to connect the community, people with disabilities, to the ones managing it. It's a partnership. It's something in which we both benefit by working together and trying to pursue those mutual goals.